This week on Inside Boulder News, Boulder embarks on a new partnership. As June comes to its end, a new tax is ready to set place. Find out what it's about. And it's a blast from the past. One of Boulder's very own is set to perform this 4th of July. Welcome to Inside Boulder News, your chance to share your stories, get involved, and keep up to date on all things Boulder. I'm Jocelyn Avendaño. Did you know that drinking just one sugar-sweetened drink a day increases the risk of developing type 2 diabetes by 25%? In an effort to combat this epidemic, Boulder is set to implement a new tax that was approved by voters last fall. It's called the Sugar-Sweetened Beverage Product Distribution Tax, and it takes effect this weekend.
The sugar-sweetened beverage tax is a voter-initiated and approved tax that was on the ballot last year in 2016 that places a 2-cent per ounce tax on the distribution of sugar-sweetened beverages that are sold within the city of Boulder.
Come July 1st, distributors of sweetened beverages will have their products taxed based on specific criteria.
Taxes on the distribution of sugar-sweetened beverages, which meet a certain threshold. It's 5 grams of sugar or caloric sweetener on the nutrition label per 12 ounces.
This means that if a beverage meets this threshold, the drink will be taxed. It will directly affect distributors and have an indirect effect on consumers.
Folks should see a rise in the cost of their drinks when they go to buy them at any retail store in Boulder.
With the sugar tax, however, there are exemptions.
There's a few exemptions in the tax, and it's really drinks for medical reasons, milk products, baby formula, alcohol, and then alcoholic drink mixers. Everything else that meets that sugar threshold is included.
The money collected from the tax will go towards the well-being of all living in the city of Boulder.
All the money coming in is going to be spent on wellness and chronic disease prevention, specifically around efforts to help health equity. Folks can get information about how the tax itself works and also the spending side, how the money is going to be distributed at bouldersugarbevtax.com.
Preventing fires and staying safe are a big priority this 4th of July weekend, and the City of Boulder wants to remind residents of several important regulations. As the holiday weekend approaches, please remember that all fireworks are illegal in the City of Boulder. In addition to concerns about injuries, the dry environment that we live in puts our open space and mountain areas at risk for wildland fires. If someone is caught using fireworks, that person can face a potential fine of up to $1,000 and up to 90 days in jail.
No consumer fireworks allowed to be used, and that includes the obvious pop bottle rockets, firecrackers, fountains, but it also includes sparklers and the snakes that you put on the ground. Any item that's considered a firework or a pyrotechnic is prohibited within the city limits of Boulder.
Earlier this month, the City of Boulder's Tree Up program partnered with a nonprofit enterprise dedicated to putting conservation into action. It's a partnership that will give new use to the city's down dash and oak trees. Over the next 8 years, roughly 4,500 public ash trees will have to be removed and replaced in the City of Boulder due to the invasive wood-boring beetle emerald ash borer. With so many trees having to be cut down, the City of Boulder's Parks and Rec Forestry Division had to come up with a plan to not let these trees go to waste.
These trees were being cut down and mulched, either sent to the landfill or used as like a landscaping material. But what's really cool about this is that we're now milling it into usable planks that any DIYer or woodworker could use.
The Center for Resource Conservation, a local nonprofit, embarked in a new partnership with the Tree Up program in order to seek out other sustainable opportunities to repurpose the wood.
It really doesn't get any more local than this. You have a local government, you have a local not-for-profit, and you have local trees, and we're kind of all combining forces to make the best of this situation with the ash borer.
This collaboration with Resource will help expand the Tree Up's mission to keep conserving the trees.
100% of the proceeds go back into Parks and Rec so they can continue milling this lumber and keep their program going.
For the past 3 weeks, Resource has been selling the lumber at its location, and demand is high.
There has been a lot of demand for the lumber. We've seen really good demand for the red oak pieces and the ash lumber as well. We're about 70% sold at this point of this first sale.
To know where you can buy this lumber or for more information, you can visit the website seen on screen. A special group of men will set foot on stage in this year's Ralphie's Independence Day Blast, a show that will appeal to both young and old. It's the kind of music we don't hear much of anymore.
And Joe and singing fee-fi-dilly.
But no matter what age you are, any music lover will have an appreciation for barbershop music.
Every time we show up and give a little bit of song, the room quiets down, people start to turn around, they start to bring over, more of their friends, and they always end up hanging out for at least a song or two.
Founded in 1949, this proud Boulder native group has been charming audiences with their harmonies. Some members are new, and the oldest member has been part of the group for over 40 years.
I joined this chapter in 1974, and I don't think we had a name for the chapter.
And it was Bill who was the founder of the name the Timberliners, a name in which he took a creative spin on.
Originally suggested timber, T-I-M-B-R-E, I think it is, which is a musical term. And we live in the Rocky Mountains, and if you go up 11,500 feet, you reach timberline. And I thought Timberliners seem to be, gets our chapter connected with our location and also music.
From performing at barbershop chorus competitions to singing at your local office party, being a part of an a cappella group takes a lot of practice and dedication.
We meet once a week, every Tuesday night, and we meet for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and we practice a lot of different songs depending on what's coming up.
And their upcoming performance will be at Ralphie's Independence Day Blast, an opportunity they say they're very excited for.
It's huge for our chorus to have an opportunity like this to sing for the people of Boulder at a level like this many people in a stadium. We really value every performance we have.
And they'll be sure to bring their distinct style to add a unique spin to American classics.
We'll be singing God Bless America, which is one of our favorite songs to perform, and it's a little bit of a variation on maybe what you traditionally have heard with that song.
After countless performances throughout the course of the years, there is one thing that will always keep the Timberliners together.
The camaraderie, being able to be with the other guys. Second part would be being able to sing on a regular basis. But it's more fun to be with the guys even, and then sing.
Thank you so much for watching us on this week's edition of Inside Boulder News. If you have pictures, news tips, or events you'd like to see featured, we'd love to hear from you. Connect with us on Facebook. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe. Have a good week.